silver, colloidal silver. And this is the little, okay, my little timer went off because every hour, and I just got finished doing this. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna try. See on the silver bars? That means that you're making colloidal silver. I don't understand all the science, but I do understand the benefits of colloidal silver. That is pure silver bars bought from the bank. 0.999% purity, they say. Glass jar, wooden spoon, everything cleansed with pure alcohol. So there you have it. That's what I'm up to now. Okay, so this is the finished product. This is a mixture that has sat overnight, and it appears to be the perfect golden color. And so it looks like from here. Oops. And this is a gallon jug, and it has yet to, I'll have to strain it through a coffee filter. And let's see, 11, I think we started about 11 a.m. I turned it off about 5. Left everything just sitting here. And when I woke up this morning, this greeted me. That's when I turned the light on. Look at that beautiful golden color. Yeah, that's it. Hey y'all. So this is me getting ready to pour the silver over into and filter it through the jug. So I have things to do. One of those is to clean this. It's my coffee filter. So I have just finished wiping it down with my secret antiseptic, special antiseptic for making silver, so that you don't get any free radicals in there that you don't want in your silver. And that, I still got to wipe that out, but see, that's going to fit down in there. And I have a special name for it. Vodka. Pure alcohol. Makes good vanilla too. And but cleans really, really well. So the same way I cleaned this jar before I used it, and I made the video of the silver sitting there early this morning before the sun came up, and letting you see what it looked like down in there. And you saw all the little floaty things. Well, I'm going to take all the little floaty things out. Now, what I do with these wet vodka paper towels, I put them over there in my little fire starter pile, because they make good fire starter. I don't need it right now, obviously. I think it's going to be pretty warm in here. And what I'm working at is getting this glass as clean as possible, so that all the vodka residue is out. Now, I could have done this last night, but I couldn't remember where my jar was. I didn't even think about it yesterday. And I was like looking at it last night going, how am I going to transfer that over? And so I was like, wait a minute, I bought 2 of them jars. And I used one, I've got fire cider in it that Emily taught me to make. And so it's full of fire cider, and it's up under my bed. Well, I knew there was a gallon jar under there, and it could have been, I didn't know if it was the pickle jar or if it was this jar. And it turns out, this jar, I remembered where I put it. It was in my truck. So, what I'm getting ready to do, I need to focus on. And make sure I got everything cleaned off and ready. It's my little cutting board. One of my subscribers, way back in the day when I was in Coyote House, she showed up, she had fresh baked bread from an artisan bakery there in Tucson. And she brought me a cutting board, and she brought me a knife. It hangs right here. She's like, you can keep it. I was like, that's such an awesome knife. And it is. And I might get some fresh baked bread, because I got an oven now. So anyway, keep everything as clean as possible because we don't want to contaminate. So, I've already got this good and clean. It's all dry. Make sure there's no more paper, no pieces of paper towel in there. And I'm going to put that there. I don't know if this is a good idea to video this or not. I'm going to get me a paper filter. Now, they recommend using the unbleached, but I'm in quarantine. And I didn't have any unbleached. So I'm going to use this one. Okay? And you always use wooden or plastic with the silver. You don't want to use metal. So I'm going to stir it. I wanted Bob to see it. But all that stuff I saw this morning, it ain't there anymore. So I'm going to stir it so that we make sure and get it all out. And there's little bits of silver pieces. You can see it in the water. And I've already cleaned the silver bars that were in there. Okay, focus. Golden color it's supposed to be. Very happy for that. And it's filtering pretty quick. Now, once it's in here, then I'm going to have to transfer it to these brown jugs. And I have other equipment. I have funnels. It looks good. I see no debris. But he's woofing at the cows on the hill over there. Can you believe it's January? I don't have the stove going. What I do is I light a fire when I first get up, and sometimes that's like between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'll keep the fire going until about 6. Shoot, what was I saying, buddy? Do y'all know the benefits of colloidal silver? Antiseptic, it's good for your eyes. Keeps you healthy. You can drink it. I'm not a doctor. Don't do what I say. Research for yourself. But we have been very successful in treating skins and scrapes and you know, when we get hurt, we just spray some silver on it. You know, little injuries around the homestead here. Because I'm always banging into something. Well, actually, I've done pretty good, and I usually wear gloves, but I'll treat it on my hands if I get anything. I do get dried out. I've been spraying it on my face. Do I look younger? So this wasn't too bad. I'm actually, let's see, where's that? I've got another bottle I'll show you. The same girl, same subscriber. Hey, Patty. Hope you're doing well over in Tucson. She's the one that introduced me to colloidal silver. And she gave me this jar full and a couple of the gallon ones is what I ended up with. And I think she gave Bob some too. So he's got some bottles. But what I do is I keep this one full. See, it's still got some in there. We use it, now we're using it for starter to make the new silver, is what we used part of it for. And it worked really well. Because if you use a good amount of starter, it goes a lot quicker. And when you're running your little battery, your little power thing on solar, you want to make sure that if you can cut the time, that's what you do. Whenever you can. I've still got more to pour, but that's what I'm doing. That's while we're quarantined. By the time you see this, this will be the end of week 1 or 10 days or something. I think we figured after the 1st of February. No, it'll be near the middle of February. We gotta get to the store before they sell out of all the Valentine candy. Because I need some M&Ms filled with caramel. Okay, I don't need them. I just want them. But they'll all be gone by the time I get there. Which is a good thing. Okay, we're almost done here. And yeah, it definitely gets easier as you pour, and there's less in here. Here, let's see. Can you see that? That's all the stuff that happens when you're making colloidal silver. So it will be easier to pour it. Maybe. I think what I'm going to do, okay, so we have some other equipment, and I've got to clean it, but we have this. So this will be easy to pour into. So I can pour out of here into here, and then I have a funnel that will fit to make this easier, and I have a funnel that will make this easier. Yay. Because I also have these. These are little spray bottles. I use one, and I use it for my eyeballs because I'm old and my eyes are dried out. So I have to clean these things. My little lab equipment. But I think that's going to be the end use of all the vodka. Oh, more. Okay. Looks like all of it came out. I don't see anything in there. I believe is take this, pour it in there, and just do a little rinse. So, what's up? We're still quarantined. Okay, you ready? In my attempts to fulfill the calling of sharing my life and words on YouTube to encourage and inspire a tiny group of people, I have to be monetarily viable. Not so I can monetize, but so that YouTube won't bury me in all of their algorithms and wastelands. So I'm just trying to, that's why somebody made a said something about just don't monetize in a video long back when I was fussing about this whole thing. And that's still coming. They're still filtering. And so that's why I'm trying to, I just want to maintain as long as we can, because I want to stay in touch. And I hope that just seeing me do normal, regular, of course this ain't a normal, regular thing, but just living my life. And on Fridays, I share my writings with you. And so far, Abba just keeps giving them to me. And as long as he does, he wants me to share them. So that's what my channel's about. And I've watched the subscribers go up and down. I have no idea who's here anymore. Some people came from the Coyote House link, which is my most famous video. It gets more views than anything, which is funny because I'm not there anymore. And some of you, I remembered what I was saying. Some of you came from Alan's website, Alan Horvath. But before Alan, there was Adam of Parable of the Vineyard. And he shared my channel and encouraged me. And then Alan shared my channel and encouraged me. And so a whole, coming up on 2 years later, out of the 500 or so subscribers, I don't know who came from where. So I know, you know, that's why the subscriber count goes up and down. I guess if you're expecting a nomad life, you don't find that here. And I'm not really that great at homesteading. I'm giving these a pre-vinegar wash, by the way. But I show that too. And I've showed you a lot of the stuff that Bob was doing. And because he was doing so much and I was doing so little, I need to pour this out. And do a little wash on the outside. I've got my camera on a tripod and it's sitting around my kitchen sink. Funny. Okay, so that's pretty dry. And the water is so cold and it's really warm in here. And as you see, the sun is coming up. It's getting bright there behind me, but there's a cloud cover or it would be so bright you wouldn't be able to see me. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my funnel. Oh, you can't see it, but here's my funnel. And I'm going to take this and I'm just going to pour it around the edges into the beaker. So it's kind of like a little pre-wash, and it gets down here in the tube to get it cleaned out. And then a fresh paper towel. And don't panic about the paper towel usage. I need something to start fire with. And I just don't get that much mail. Oh my goodness. That's an exact fit. Look. Oh, be careful. Okay, so that holds it for a minute because I got to get this out of here. Okay. So, wow. I don't know if you can see in there or not. Can you see all that stuff? Let's see. I'll lift it up. Now, a lot of this is my first time use. I can see it. I don't know if y'all can. There you go. Yeah, you can. See all that stuff? That's just the sediment and stuff that, don't put that in there, that came through. So what I'm going to do, you see, is wipe it down real good. Make sure it's good and clean. And then I have an equipment bag for making silver. So one time I went to the Grand Canyon when I was crossing country a couple of years, 5 years ago. And I bought a sweatshirt from the Grand Canyon. And I got the hoodie because I don't like the hoodie. But if you're going to pay that money, you might as well get the hood on it because it makes a great bag. Here. And it's got, I'll show you the silver bars because I cleaned them this morning. There we go. There's one. See, you can see where it's done its thing. Electrolysis, is that right? Something like that. And they got little copper wires on them, and I just hang them on the side there and then clip the things on them. Is what I do. And then it's got cords in here. Everything I'm going to need that I can, I'm going to put in here. And I think I'm going to put some filters in there. So that way I don't have to worry about them. There we go. Those are my kitchen ones. Those in there. And then, for the time being, that way I'll know where it's at next time. Okay, nice and clean. Okay, so it's working, Bob. He was, Bob got all this, the beaker and the funnel, because I was like, we need to make silver. There's an excellent video, which I will post for you to see. Of how to do it and the benefits of it. Way more professional than this. This is me doing it based on my research and watching the video. So anyway, and having the equipment and whatnot. And, you know, I know if you bought it in the store, and I know you still can, it's not easy to find. It's very expensive in the store. Not as expensive to make it yourself, once you do the initial investment. And the value of it, health-wise, is going to be tremendous, no doubt. No doubt. Good system, Bob. The beaker in this, and I think this will even work good for the small bottles also. Now this bottle already had silver in it, so I'm figuring that just adding silver to it is going to be, I don't need to wash it or anything. I mean, I have been as clean and sterile and careful as I possibly could be. And according to the video we watched, this was, it could have been a little darker, but as far as I'm concerned, it's perfect. That's pretty golden. I'll link to the video. So if you decide that you want to make your own, then, you know, if I can do it, you can do it. Follow the other video. Don't pay attention to me. Because I'm not going to give you that much detail. For one reason, I don't really understand that much. Okay, I think I'm just going to, that was like, I'll have to count them. I wonder how many I did. Did I do 3? Because that would be 3,000 meals in that jar, which is almost full. But I've got these other jars to fill. So I'm gonna fill some of these. Oh, they're dusty. I gotta clean these just on the outside. So so that's what's up. I'm making silver, colloidal silver, for the medicinal benefits out in the middle of the desert without electricity. How awesome is that? Well, technically I have electricity, just not the kind that's coming from a line and a pole. Oh my goodness. I love y'all. I lost my train of thought. I have no idea. Oh, there's my phone. I was looking for my phone. cut that part.